Alright, Chapter 3 test that you took. Let's go over a key here. First of all, for number 1, it says find the average rate of change from 2 to 7. So if we put 2 in here, we find that f of 2 would give us the square root of 4, which is 2. And f of 7 be 7 plus 2 is 9, square root of 9 is 3. So the average rate of change is basically the slope. So we'll take the change in y, 3 minus 2, over the change in x, 7 minus 2, and we get 1/5. And this is positive, so we have an increasing. It goes up 1 for every 5 on average from 2 to 7. Okay, number 2. It says find the line of symmetry, the vertexes, and all kinds of things here about this quadratic, this parabola. So the line of symmetry is negative b over 2a. So that would be the opposite of 3, which is negative 3, over 2 times 2, which is 4. So the line of symmetry is a line, it's an equation, and so it has to be written as such. X equals negative 3/4 is a vertical line at 3/4. The vertex, therefore, is at negative 3/4, and then you plug negative 3/4 in here, so we'd get negative 3/4 squared is positive 9/16 times 2 plus 3 times negative 3/4 minus 5. So this is 18/16, which is 9/8 minus 9/4. This is twice as much as this, so this subtraction is going to be minus 9/8. And there's still this subtract 5 on the end, and so this is minus 1 1/8, minus 5 is minus 6 1/8. It says find the x-intercepts. That would be the same as setting this equal to 0. Setting y equal to 0, so 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. I'll do the quadratic formula, and then I'll also do the factoring just to show you the two ways. So it's the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. A times c is negative 10 times the negative 4 is positive 49. Let's see. 2 times 5 is 10 times 4 is 40. Positive 40. All over 2a, which is 4. 9 and 40 is 49. Square root of 49 is 7. So negative 3 plus 7 is 4 over 4 is 1. When y is 0. Negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10 over 4 is negative 2.5 or negative 2.5. 0, and those are our x-intercepts. This factors to 2x and x. 5 and 1, and if I put a 5 here, I'll get 10 and 1, which won't be 3. But if I put a 5 here and a 1 here, I get 2 and x and 5x. And if this is plus 5x and minus 2x, I will get 3x, and I will get a negative 5. And then if I set 2x plus 5 equal to 0 and subtract 5 and divide by 2, I get x equals negative 5 halves, which is negative 2.5. And if I set x minus 1 equal to 0 and add 1 to both sides, I get x equal 1, which is the other one. The y-intercept, I would just put 0 in for the x's. That makes all of this be 0, and I get negative 5. Okay, so this is a parabola that's got a positive a, so it's shaped like this. So it's increasing from the vertex on. So we go and we do the interval of increasing and decreasing in terms of the x. So at negative 3/4 is the vertex, and so from negative 3/4 on to infinity, this is increasing. And it's decreasing from negative infinity to negative 3/4. And so this parabola, since it is down, will have a minimum, and that minimum will be negative 6 1/8. And if you want to add, at x equals negative 3/4. That's where the minimum is at. The minimum is negative 6 1/8. And that's number 2a. Now let's do 2b. So this is a parabola that's in the translation mode form here, and it says it's moved 1 to the left and up 3. So we've got the vertex automatically, and we also have the line of symmetry. It's at x equal minus 1. The x-intercepts, we put 0 in here, we get 0 equals negative 2 x plus 1 squared plus 3. We subtract 3 and we get negative 3 equals negative 2 x plus 1 squared. Divide by negative 2, we get 1.5 or 3 halves equals x plus 1 squared. Take the square root of both sides, we get plus or minus square root of 3 halves equals x plus 1. We add negative 1 to both sides. And we have our x-intercepts. Negative 1 plus square root of 3 halves, 0. And negative 1 minus the square root of 3 halves, 0. Y-intercept, if I put 0 in, I get minus 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1 squared plus 3. 1 squared is 1 times minus 2 is minus 1 plus 3 is 1. When x is 0, y is 1. When is this increasing? Well, this happens to be an upside down parabola. And so it'll be increasing from negative infinity up to the vertex, which is at negative 1. And it will be decreasing from the vertex on, from negative 1 to infinity. And so it has a maximum of 3 at x equal minus 1. Okay, and that's the first page.